And welcome back. It is Dave Gardner from MagneticSponsors.com. And in the Targeted People Report and the video that you should have watched as well, I kind of went into depth with a couple things as far as properly targeting your traffic using keywords with YouTube and your blog and even Facebook. And I kind of want to point out a couple things here just to kind of show you what's going on. So seeing that I am on my Facebook page, I do want to kind of show you the one cool trick with Facebook. If you go up to the top, hopefully you have this bar here. Basically you just click your name, or even if you click home, it doesn't really matter. Can't guarantee what's going to show up here, but that bar is usually there. So we'll just go back to my home page, and what you can do here is basically you can search what people like. So if I just do people who like, and I can do whatever. So I'm going to do soccer, and notice I have all different things that will show up. Some will be Facebook, some will be in different places. I can do people who like soccer, and I get a list of people who actually have designated somewhere in their Facebook profile that they do like soccer, and some of them are recognized as friends. So for example, Stu's a friend of mine, Mark's friend, and it goes through and it lists all your friends first, which is cool because they're already your friends, so you don't really have to worry about that. But the really neat thing is that it will start to list people who are not your friends, and then you can start engaging with them. So you could send them a quick message, and so if we go down here, I scroll a little bit, I get to the last friend, and then it says add friend, add friend. The rest of them typically will be add friends. I could start to send a message to them, and sometimes you could get it for free. Sometimes Facebook will try to, ask you to, pay 15 cents, 20 cents, whatever. But oftentimes when you're friends with some of their friends, if you have mutual friends, it's going to be a little bit easier. So all I would have to do is, click a message to Eduardo and just say, hey man, I hear you like soccer. If, what's your favorite game, favorite team, whatever, I'm invested in soccer, or, I have a soccer book. Maybe you can give me a testimonial if I give you a free copy of the report. And that person would probably opt into your list just to get maybe a free report on soccer, or whatever your niche is. It really doesn't matter what you're doing. So that's a really cool trick. You could also add on to this. So we could say people who like soccer and live in New York. So we can really target it to see what is going on, so that I can really be niche specific. So notice there's not as many, a couple of my friends that live in New York, but then there was only 2 of them. The rest of them are going to be, again, people that I could add as friends. So maybe you're doing a tournament or an event of some sort in your niche in a certain town. You can play around with this a lot to try to get some targeted traffic and start to build an engaged fan base with that. Just reach out with them. Don't just blatantly pitch at them, but reach out to them, make a connection. So hopefully you've enjoyed that part with Facebook here. It's kind of a cool tip to go with that. The next one I wanted to show you was the Audello software that I've told you about a little bit, and I had the audio version of the Targeted People Report. And I want to show you an example with the YouTube traffic tactics I did as far as adding your data. They allow you to add what's called metadata, and I mentioned that in the video and in the report, META. Basically, these are your keywords and your tags that the search engines and the bots will actually look for and recognize, so that if you have an image, for example, the website in Google isn't going to be able to recognize the image unless it actually has a name. So it makes sense to change your images to be actual names instead of just, image 1468XYZ, like you would see when you upload, images from your camera or from your smartphone. So I can put a name in there of the actual file. Notice I actually changed the file of my audio to 50 YouTube tactics, so it hits specifically to that actual title of the material instead of just some random code. The episode name, I named it the same thing. I gave it a description, getting your YouTube videos and channel to rank with some work, simple steps, so on and so forth. Then I gave it some keywords: YouTube tactics, YouTube video strategies, ranking YouTube videos, and a few more. So you want to make sure that you have that code. Now, the same thing holds true if you are doing a blog post. I'm not going to go through necessarily and do a blog post here, but once you add a title and you start to add it in, there's usually places, depending on what software you're using for your blog, whether you're using WordPress or whether, if you're using the Pure Leverage blog, they have a hosted blog there as well. I've mentioned that. And there's a place right here for tags. So the same tags I would add here, all I would really have to do is to highlight, do Control A, and then Control C to copy. And then I could just click in here and do Control V, and all of those same things paste if I want to take that and actually add it into here. So I would do that for the tags, and I would add them. Again, depending on the system you're using, depending on what SEO plugins you might have, I can then do a meta description and meta keywords. My keywords are basically like my tags, so I would do the same thing here. I would Control V and paste those in here, and then I would go back and I would do my description. I would copy and paste that, and I would add it in my description as well. And then whatever my title was, so for example, this is my title, 50 YouTube tactics, I would make that my custom title so that they start to link together. And if someone starts to search for YouTube tips or tricks and tactics, some of mine would come up. I might have the blog post come up, and I might have the video come up, and I might have the Audello come up. I might have 3 different things come up, all for the same thing. So you want to make sure you do that. Now, as far as your actual videos, if we go over to an actual video, I want to go over to my files, and notice my files. I have some pictures. I got some videos that were in here. Notice the clips are just listed as numbers. So is the picture, or so are the pictures. So what I want to do, for example, this one, image 2189, I actually want to click on it once and then click on the number where I can actually then highlight it, and we're going to call this Girls Youth Soccer. And what that'll do is actually move it, because this is kind of alphabetical on my screen here. So I'm going to find it. So there it is right there. So I want to go over to YouTube, and I'm logged into my YouTube account. I'm going to upload my video, and what you want to do, you want to make sure you change the title in your, like in your folders over here first, so that when you go through, whoops, wrong folder. When you go through and get your pictures, you want to make sure when they upload, they actually upload and they're kind of hard-coded so that the title is already recognized by YouTube. So there we go. There's Girls Youth Soccer. That's the one I want to grab, and the title will show up already. So it already comes up. I didn't even type anything. It already auto-populates it as Girls Youth Soccer. Now, I want to add another video just to show you the difference here. So we're going to add one more video at the same time. And I'm instead going to use one of those other ones that just had a number. So we'll just add one of the other soccer videos. So I can find them down here, just so we're both with soccer. We'll do one they were getting ready. So we'll do image 2165. This was at their picture taking day. And we'll notice when it pops up as, let's see, I want to do more. Okay, notice it just pops up as my title, image 2165. So image 2165 is not really going to be anything that anyone's ever going to search for, but someone might search for Girls Youth Soccer when they're doing a search online. It always makes sense to put a title here, so you're going to have a keyword rich title and maybe a keyword rich website link. Okay, that's another cool one. So if I go back to my blog, let's say we start this blog. I want to call this blog Girls Youth Soccer. And what's going to happen is that's going to auto-populate a web link for me, which is going to pop up right here. So notice the DaveGardner.com/girlsyouthsoccer. I'm just going to grab that. I can't copy the whole thing, but I'm going to go back into YouTube. And so, for example, I'm then going to put this as my link. And I'm just going to paste that. So that's the link of the actual blog post that this actual video will be on. So they'll be kind of communicating with each other, which is kind of a good thing, especially because Google owns YouTube, and they're seeing that places are communicating with each other. So in my blog title, I have Girls Youth Soccer, which is the same thing as the link here. Down in the tags, again, I would do the same thing. Okay, Girls Youth Soccer. And maybe I might list a whole bunch of others that were, similar to that. Girls soccer, soccer players, young soccer, soccer training, soccer tips, soccer video. You can go through and add a variety of keywords to that to try to generate more traffic and more, kind of link juice to your site. in my description, make sure you do here. You do some valuable content. Valuable content. Don't mind my spelling here. And again, with keywords. So give an explanation of what's going on. Don't try to scam people, but give an explanation about what's going on in the video, and make sure to use some of those keywords. Don't just make up random keywords that don't correlate and tie into the same thing with a blog post. You don't want to put random keywords. You actually want to have good content and then put the keywords in with there as well. So just taking a quick look at my list. One of the other key things that you always want to have, again, is a call to action. The call to action might just be going to the website that directs them to leave a comment, or maybe to check out more training and to get maybe a free report on whatever it is you're talking about. So I hope you have enjoyed these tips. If you have any questions, again, feel free to ever contact me. Okay, you can reach out to me at Facebook. Right there, there's my main tag. My main Facebook is facebook.com/Gardner5. If you want to go and reach out to my actual fan page that's just about me and some of the personal things, I mean, I do marketing on there. Basically, if you go to facebook.com/TheDavidGardner, you can reach out either one of those and you can send me a message. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below this video. If there's a space, I'm not sure if I've added in there. I might not have added in and opened up the comment section for this specific part of the report. It might be in another place, but if you're seeing one, if you have any questions on any of this stuff, if you need any other in-depth help, let me know. I'm glad to help. You can always email me at DaveGardner@MagneticSponsors.com. Look forward to seeing your progress, and keep in touch. Let me know how I can help. And like I said before, if you are not collecting your own leads, you need to make sure you have a system. So my call to action to you right now is to head over right here. You're going to go to the DavidGardner.com/instant income system. Okay, the DavidGardner.com/instant income system, and you'll see my code is generated. Barefoot Painting, and our buddy Joel here. I'm going to pause him there. Going to welcome you. There is 2 spots. Okay, or two things you need to do to get in. There is a joining of our Facebook group. It's a free Facebook group. There's actually over 50,000 members now. And then you can actually try out the tools for free. So you're going to join number 1, and then you're going to do number 2. You're going to click on that, and you are going to join and test it out. Okay, it's a free trial, 7 days. You get the autoresponder so you can collect your leads. You get a blog. You get a webinar conference room. You get live weekly training. You get so much more for a low $25 a month. Okay, any business needs this. Any person who's looking to build their entrepreneurship is going to need this, a place to provide their content, and also a place to actually collect leads. So, have a method, and you can make your blog any way you like it. People are doing these in all different niches for all different businesses. So, it's one of the most important things I can have. So again, that's my big call to action to you here at the end of this video. Make sure you go to, again, the DavidGardner.com/instant income system. All right, look forward to seeing you and helping you grow your business right now.